Hey, hello, and welcome to another episode of SciFi Saturday where we are playing Fallout 2. Last time we explored Vault City and most of what it had to offer. We found out that if we want to find a Gecko, we should probably try to find another vault, and that Vault City has a vault that has a computer which says where other vaults are. Think along those lines. But the only way to get into the vault is to become a citizen, and since we weren't intelligent enough, we couldn't pass the citizenship test. So we had to resort to other means. So we spoke to the first citizen, Lynette, and she said that we need to solve the issue with the radiation groundwater at Gecko. So yes, to the world map. And once we get to the world map, we can head straight to Gecko. We've surrounded it, but we haven't arrived, I guess. We arrive at the small settlement of Gecko. We have a couple of buildings around, and we have a big building, which I assume is supposed to say Poseidon Oil, but yeah. The screen sort of cuts it off. Still, we have a couple of buildings to explore, as I said. So, into building number 1, we sort of do a clockwise direction. Yeah. We have 2 people whose skin has been very badly burnt. They don't speak, but don't really say anything of note. In the locker, we have some Nuka-Cola, rope, some healing powder, and in the bookcase, there's nothing. Checking the dresser as well, just in case. And they have 2 Gecko belts. Still, we can continue around. We can head to the small shack first before we head to the manager's office. And it's a toilet, as expected. But no interesting pieces of stuff, I guess. We've only found a magazine once. And in here, we see 2 ghouls, which described as ghouls instead of a human whose skin is very badly burnt. So, first up, we have a particularly leathery-looking ghoul.
Hello there, smooth skin. The name's Harold. I help keep this town running.
Smooth skin? Why did you call me that?
You cut with the dull edge of the knife, don't you? You don't look like an orange peel left in the sun all day. Your skin's still soft and purty.
Got me there. I'll try to make my next question a little more worthwhile.
What you need, youngster?
Hello, Harold. What do you do here?
Whatever it takes to keep this place together. Better job on it than me.
This place is coming apart?
Well, sorta. Our atomic reactors are mighty sensitive. The people I got running it mean well, but, well, they are not the sharpest tools in the shed, if you know what I mean.
What do you mean?
Need a little time on the whetstone yourself, huh? I mean, they are not too bright. Here's an example. The other day, I get a report. On it, it says the main coolant valve should be shut down. That would have caused a meltdown. That would make the Grand Canyon look like a pig wallah.
That sounds bad.
Oh, yeah, that would be bad. Now, I got things fixed up in time, but we came close to the end there. Phew. They need someone to watch out for them.
Good thing you're here to help them.
Who'd have thought I'd be making things right? Although, if we don't get a hydroelectric magnetosphere regulator pretty damn quick, there is gonna be trouble.
Uh, trouble? What kind of trouble?
Without a functional hydroelectric magnetosphere regulator, we are leaking radioactive coolant into the groundwater. Now that means anyone using that water is not gonna need a nightlight to take a midnight piss. Also, we need more fuel because our power plant is not burning it very efficiently.
Uh, sounds bad. Where would you get a hydromagneto sink or other?
Well, I'm certain those ornery bastards in Vault City have one. Not that they'd share. Hell, even if we had one of those thingies, I'm not so certain Festus could install the dang thing.
Port City wouldn't give you the part, even if it means that the groundwater won't be polluted anymore.
Well, they'd only help us if they thought it was in their own best interest to do so. Not much chance of that happening.
Hmm, you may be right. Still, if someone could convince them that they should help you,
They shoot ghouls on sight. Makes conversation a bit tricky.
I wonder if someone else could tell them.
We need a hydroelectric magnetosphere regulator, and it needs to be installed soon, or we have got some real problems.
Yeah, sorry to hear it. Let me ask you about something else.
What you need, youngster?
Uh, is there someplace I could barter or resupply here?
Well, you might try talking to Woo's over in the Harp. You can't miss it. It's just across the way.
Thanks. Let me ask you something else.
What you need, youngster?
Uh, is that a tree growing out of your head?
Jealous? His name's Herbert. I talk to him when I get lonely. Just kidding. His name's Bob.
Well, right. Well, maybe you or Bob will know the answer to this.
What you need, youngster?
You must know of this thing called a Garden of Eden creation kit here?
Garden of Eden creation kit? A Gecko, right? I seem to remember Vaults had those. Don't know where you'd find one today.
Ah, thanks. That's all I need to know now. Goodbye. Ah, so he doesn't have any more info on the Garden of Eden creation kit. Still, we have a ghoul. Somewhere unless it gave a description. An especially short, old-looking ghoul. Lenny, Harold's assistant. Hello there. My name's Lenny. How can I help you? What do you do here? Well, I help. Mostly, people get hurt. I help them out. Help Harold do what? I help Harold administer the town. That there's always more paperwork to do. Huh? What else did you say you do here? Huh? You can heal people. What? But before the war, I was a doctor. But before the war, that must have been almost 160 years ago. That's true. But the radiation seems to have given us ghouls a longer lifespan. Of course, it took almost everything else away. Took things away? Well, yes, we look like freaking freaks. We don't have any skin, for Christ's sake. Well, I guess you have seen better days. You could say that. I traded all those years to be a normal person again. Well, not much hope of that, I suppose. If those fools in Vault City would share their medical technology, I'm sure we could cleanse the excess radiation and heal ourselves. They won't help you? You beat the Vault City? Then you tell me you think the chance of getting help from those bigots is might as well watch a paper dog chase an asbestos cat through hell. I'm sorry to hear that, but you're probably right. Let me ask you about something else. Lenny, have you ever heard of something called a Garden of Eden creation kit? A Garden of Eden creation kit? I heard that Vault City had one of those. That's the only one I've ever heard of, though. Well, my ancestor, the Vault Dweller, said that Vault 13 knows this one. I need to find it. Well, I didn't actually meet the Vault Dweller, but I saw them once. You saw the Vault Dweller? Where? It was a long time ago, in a place called Necropolis. A lot of us ghouls lived there. One day I saw someone running through the city. Running? Yes, running. You see, we ghouls can't run too much anymore, so I knew it was an outsider when I saw them. They ran by so close I could have touched them. I wish that I had joined the Vault Dweller. You wanted to join my grandsire? Yes, I had the choice of a lifetime, and I blew it. What do you mean? Later, I heard that the Vault Dweller had fixed our water system. The Vault Dweller saved us, all of us. Do you understand? It didn't matter that we were ghouls. For once, it didn't matter. We were people again. Worse so, even. My ancestor was the founder of our tribe. That memory is veered against my people. Later, I heard that the Vault Dweller destroyed the source of the mutant army. The Vault Dweller saved all of us, human and ghouls alike. I could have been a part of that, but I lacked the courage. I've never forgiven myself. I'm following my ancestors' footsteps. Would you like another chance? Will you join me? I'm happier than a bull Brahmin in a pasture full of cows. I'd be honored to join you. I may be old and I can't move too darn fast. At least Weasley for not too long, but I can sure patch you up when you need it. I'm glad you can join me. I'm sure that your healing skills will come in handy. And Lenny has joined our party. Yeah. Yes, we have 4 people in our party at the moment. So we can explore Harold and the manager's office. So first up, we have a desk in which there is a part requisition form and a clipboard with the coolant report on it. Next up, we have some shelves. Nothing in there. Next room across, we have a pair of bookcases. In the first one, nothing. In the second one, also nothing. Next up, we have I assume, bedroom. We have another bookcase in which we find a big book of science. And nothing else of note in the building. still, we can continue to explore. Next up, we have a sort of Brahma pasture. And we have a other building which has no signs on it. Inside, we see someone whose skin is badly burnt, as is the majority of them. Yeah, see a bookshelf, which is empty. And because of where the ghoul is, we can't explore further in. Still, if we leave the reactor till later, we can head into the harp. Inside, we see a bunch of ghouls. And behind the bar, we see a tall ghoul with long hair. What do you want? What do you do here? I run this place. Are you dumb? I sell drinks, trade for things, tell stories, and play tragic. I want to trade. Trade? I'm always ready to trade tragic cards. I've got a couple of old Fox movies, a Black Dahlia, and some rare earths. What the hell are you talking about? You dumb? Treasure the Garner is the most habit-forming thing since jets. Tell me more about this Tragic the Garnering. Well, Tragic the Garnering isn't just a game. It's an obsession. Not a clone, either. Some think that the way to change a person's life is tragic, but they just don't understand. Uh-huh. No, really. It's wonderful. You should play. Just once. The first box of cards is free. A little sync from me to you. Thanks. Hey, these are great. You tell Rapinoff. I just love that smell. That's just the first part. Now that you're one of us, want to play a game? I don't really think I have time for that right now. Let me ask you something else, though. What do you want now? You tell stories? I've got this great story. It's really funny. You see, there's this head, right? Head? Yeah, it's a head. But it's not attached to a body. You see, it's been severed. A severed head. I see. And this becomes entertaining when? Just hold on a minute. The severed head, you see, it's in hell. And it flies around there, in hell. And it runs into all kinds of famous people there. Wait, a severed head in hell, and it flies around doing what? Well, it's doing stuff. It's got things that it wants to do, or maybe things it's forced to do. The point is, it's doing stuff. They're in hell. Oh, God. I just can't stand it. You kind of obsess about this, don't you? Were you and your mother close? Did you ever have problems with bedwetting? No, you just don't understand. It's all about a severed head. Get it? It's funny. How can you think about a severed head in helpful places and not laugh? Woos, I don't know you very well. And I'm pretty sure I don't want to. However, I think I can say, without fear of exaggeration, that you need help. Immediate, competent help. Fuck you. You just like all the rest of them. I tell you, it's hilariously funny. It's not my fault that you don't have a sense of humor. Yeah, you're right, Rose. I guess I'm just not as clever as you are. You're truly a pearl against swine. Now, tell me something else. Could attempt to barter with him. And he doesn't have anything on him. But on us we have a deck of tragic cards. It's the second deck we've had. But we don't need anything else. So we can continue around. We have 2 more buildings which don't need 2 separate board grids. We have an outhouse, which is also an interesting. We see another, I assume, house of sorts, in which there is a desk with some right-of-way, a bookcase, with some flares, or a flare, and some monies. And that is it for what is in this building. I mean, I can check the pot, but I don't think. Yeah, it's an empty pot. Still, we have a exit grid to the north. And we have the, I guess, reactor to the east, I suppose. So, if we head north first, we can see if there's someone else who can help us sort out the reactor issue, I suppose. First up, we have the survival / gear locker site. So we have a shop in which we have a short ghoul. Yeah, hello there. Persegrup here, master merchant in this locality. But you can call me just plain old Percy. Yes, you can. Heck, everybody does. Now, what can I do for you? I was just wondering what's going on here in town. Not a whole lot new here in town. I hear Woo's broke some newbie out of a black order the other day. Anyhow, other than that, my friend Woody's gone missing. Well, tell me more about that. Well, you see, I had a friend named Woody. That Woody, he can sleep like nobody I ever did see. What's worse, he likes to travel. Really likes to kick up the dust. That one does. Okay. Well, that ain't so much of a problem. Around here, that is. But last I heard, Woody was going to take a stroll over to the den. You know where the den is? Yes, I know where the den is. Go on. Well, anyhow, like I've been saying, that ain't so much of a problem around Gecko. But you see, people in other parts ain't so used to the way we look. So, when you put 2 and 2 together, I'm worried that Woody might have taken himself a nap in the den. It's a long trip after all. And then they would have buried the poor cuss alive. I need somebody to go look for him. Well, I miss him, that's why. Percy blinks moistly at you. Oh, I see. You want to know what's in it for you? This is usually the part where I get more interested. Tell on. Well, I know where I can get a hold of a heck of a lot of pre-war stock of Genuine, Radex, and Radaway. Don't do me no good no how, but I figure you ought to be worth something to a smoothie like you. Gonna take the job for me or not? I'll only pay you off if I know Woody's safe. Yes, I'll do it. I'll get back to you soon. I mean, we did see a ghoul when we were in the den. Still, the den's a long way off, so we can continue looking around. To the north, we see seems to be maybe a scrapyard of sorts. So we have a workshop of sorts, I suppose. The car in it. See a Brahmin pen. The outhouse. Possibly. Who knows? It could be storage. Inside, we are correct in believing it is a house. Still, we have an L-shaped building. Heading in, we see that it's 3 separate rooms in the, I guess, northwest version? Yeah. Northwest, we see a pair of beds, but no storage containers. In the southeast, we have a bunch of crates, some barrels, but no storage containers. And head into the northeast room. We see some boxes, a computer that's broken. We see a ladder with a hole in the ground and some shelves, which are very empty. So if we head down the ladder, we arrive at an underground, in the underground underground tunnels of Gecko. Having a quick scout round, we can't see any ladders up, so might as well explore this now. So, first up, we see a ghoul with some kind of talisman around its neck. Smooth skins may renew too. Huh. Interesting. So, we can sort of follow this like a maze. He wants to see you? Who wants to see us? Still exploring around. There's not much of note so far. Continue. Ignoring the top corner. All of them seem friendly at least, but they do also seem quite well armed. And then we see a larger than average ghoul. Renew, comrade. I'm Zomac. Some call me Zomac the Destroyer. What is your business here? I'm just looking around. You should look somewhere else, or Zomac will show you the stars. I mean, they were talking about renewing. I wish to renew. Then you must see him. Him? Where's him? I mean, he. He is the granter of enlightenment. It is he that promises renewal to all who follow him. Well, I'm just about due for new renewal. Where is he? Well, he's right back. Hey, who are you anyway? I'm just a wanderer. Well, wander on out of here then. Okay. Goodbye. Yeah, still, we can head south. He doesn't seem too friendly. See a bunch of ghouls which seem to be guarding. But nothing special. And heading west of the entrance to the cave system, we see an unusually large mole rat. Doesn't attack on sight. Speak of it. So many things pass away. Times are not what they were. I feel that my sole remaining kin has died. Mad though he was, I wish it were not so. I had hoped that he might find some happiness, even in his dotage. Well, enough of my sad musings. Okay. Our atomic reactor needs a part if we have any hope of getting it to run efficiently. A part? What kind of part? A hydroelectric magnetosphere regulator. That's the part that you need to get from Vault City. Then you need to bring it back here and get it installed in the reactor. Get it installed in the reactor? How can I do that? Well, once you get a hydroelectric magnetosphere regulator from Vault City, bring it back to the reactor. Then you can try to convince that pompous slug Festus to install the part. Or use the repair robot to install the parts. Or you could even install the part yourself. Of course. So long as someone does it, we'll be alright. How can I get the part from Vault City? You have to show them that it's in their best interest to do so. People are easily manipulated through self-interest. I don't think the people in Vault City would give me a part for your atomic power plant. They'll give you the hydroelectric magnetosphere regulator if you can provide that doing so benefits Vault City. I have prepared an economic report that details just how much repairing our power plant benefits Vault City. I'll let our comrades here in Gecko know of your mission. That's great, but who in Vault City would even think of reading such a thing? I think the McClure is the only council member in Vault City with enough brains to be able to see past his prejudices. He'll make sure you get what you need. Oh, well, I guess it's worth a shot. Where do I get the disc? You need to go up above, to the junkyard. Look for a ghoul named Gordon. He has the economic data disc that you need. You'll have my talisman, so I know to give you the disc. What talisman? The ankh is a symbol of life. Once I've given you this talisman, you'll be one of us, and your comrades will be more likely to help you along the path towards renewal. But be careful who you show it to. Okay, I'll take your ankh talisman. So you're one of us. Soon I will take over the world, and all of you will be renewed. Yeah. Whatever you say. But right now, don't you have something to do? I guess I'd better get going on that atomic power plant thing. Goodbye. So we need to speak to a ghoul named Gordon to get an economy disc. To be able to show it to council member to be clear, and hopefully he should get us the parts. Still, we have a bit more to explore. I mean, we've only briefly touched the junkyard. There's still a couple more buildings. Still continuing round. See a small-ish building. Inside, we see a very glum-looking human. Hello there. Ever noticed that each Brahmin has its own personality? Well, if you've watched them as long as I have, you sure notice. What do you do here? I got the Brahmin, or help Skeeter in his workshop. Who's Skeeter? Well, Skeeter's sort of a mechanic. He'll take apart almost anything that you bring him. He gets most of them back together too, sooner or later. Sometimes things end up working better than they did before. Where can I find Skeeter? Well, he's right here. Just open your eyes and look around a bit. Sheesh. Oh, thanks. Goodbye. Well, he's not very helpful. So, we can continue around, and we see a largish building. It's a construction zone. It's very curious. Still, you have a slightly like a bigger building. Desk. Inside we see some tragic cards. A locker. Inside which there's some cheesy poofs. And we see another ghoul. He appears to be preoccupied. I see you have the symbol. Are you here for the information? The symbol? You wear the symbol of renewal. You are one of us. Renew, comrade. Renew. Yes, I'm one of us. Renew. Oh. Renew. Did he send you for the data disk? Yes, of course I'm here for the disk. Hand it over right now. Here it is, but don't let the wrong person know you have it. Give it only to Council Member McClure in Vault City. Yes, of course. Renew, brother. So, that was Gordon. That was simple. Still, we have a bit more to explore. Next up, we have this long building. Inside, we see a desk, which contains nothing, and a bookcase, which also contains nothing. And we see a ghoul wearing old grease-stained clothing. I see you got a mighty fine toolkit there. Snap off, ain't it? I'll trade you this full cell controller for it. It's a deal. That's a mighty fine trade. You should be able to just plug that sucker in and get the car working. You know, I could do that you another favor by fixing up one of your stuff for free, too. Really? For free, huh? What do I need to do for you? Well, you see, I need a darn 3-step plasma transformer. And the only place I can figure to get one is from the supply room. Why didn't you just get it from there, then? I kind of wore my welcome there. And it was only a little fire, too. Could happen to just anyone. Anyhow, they won't let me anywhere inside the reactor room building now. I just need someone else to get my part for me. How do I get the plasma transformer for you? Get yourself a supply requisition form. Once you have that, just give it to Jeremy in the supply room, and he'll give you any darn thing you want. You can get supply requisitions from Harold and Festus. Where are Harold and Festus? Will they just give me the form I need? Harold's in the settlement, and Festus is in the reactor room. But you might have to get forms on the sly, if you know what I mean. You mean I have to steal the requisition form, don't you? Well, yeah, I guess so. You might ask them, but I wouldn't put your chances too high there. Well, I'll see what I can find out. So, we have more of this building to explore. Inside, we see a bigger room. We see a sort of... It looks very much like a kitchen based on what's out, but we see stuff. The first table, which includes a crowbar. On the second table, we see a sledgehammer, a workbench at the back. In the first one, there's nothing. And in the second one, there is a tool. Still. There's some shelves, which are empty. And no more containers. Search. Still, we have a sort of room next door, which, assuming we aren't blocked by our companions. Inside, we see two bookcases, a pair of lockers. In the first bookcase, with the shelves, we see Dean's electronics. In the second one, it's empty. In the first locker, there's some lockpicks. Finally, our lockpicks lockpick picking will be a whole lot easier. And the second locker is empty. And there's a table with stuff on it. But nothing of interest to us, clearly. So we spoke to Skeeter. We've managed to get ourselves a fuel cell regulator. Spotted a couple of skill bugs. But still, we have a couple of tasks that we have been assigned, I suppose. We have a look at our status for Gecko. There's solve the Gecko power plant's problem, which we need to go to Vault City for to be able to get this electromagnetosphere thing. We also need to go in there for well, not Vault City, but we need to go to the reactor to get a 3-step plasma transformer for Skeeter. And we also need to find Woody the Ghoul for Percy. Try the den. I mean, we got ourselves a fuel cell regulator and, well, fuel cell controller. And, I mean, if I recall correctly, there was a mechanic in the den that said that if we gave him $200 and a fuel cell controller, that he'd fix up a car for us. So I suppose we head to the den first, and then travel back via Vault City to pick up this. What was it? Hydromagnetic. Yeah. Whatever the thing that was required was. So, to den. So, arriving at the den, we can head to the west side. We arrive in the evening, but everyone seems to be up anyway. So we can head to Smitty. Hey there. I really enjoyed my meal from Mom's. Thanks. Now, what can old Smitty do for you? Say, old timer, I have this thingy here that I picked up in Gecko. Let old Smitty here take a look at it. Sure, here it is. Wow, now. That looks to me like it's an old fuel cell controller. I bet if I use that with the old Highwayman, I could get a pure end like a kitten. Huh? Well, you see, I got in this car, Crisis Motor Highwayman. She's a beaut, too. They used to say nothing could stop a highwayman. Built tough. That's what they were. Yeah, so what's that got to do with me? Well, you see, I thought I need a battery for the thing, but all I really need is a fuel cell controller. Them things was always going bad on them. Well, I got one of those. That's right. Here's the deal. You give me $2,000 and I'll sell you the car. Heck, I'll even install the fuel cell controller for you. Should run as good as new. I even charged it up with some extra microfusion power cells I got. Well, we have 2,000, but that will take quite a bit out of us. But that sounds good to me. Here's the money and the parts. Just take it easy with her till she warms up now. Okay, I will. Thanks, Mitty. And so, we have a car. Interacting with it takes us to the world map, but we don't need it yet. So we can also take a look at the car trunk. It's basically empty. You can store all the stuff that we aren't gonna use anytime soon. And we can return to Smitty, because we also have that fuel cell regulator. Yeah. So yes, hey there, how's the car running for you? I mean, we haven't travelled far, but pretty good, Smitty. But I found this part of the car, and I don't really know what to do with it. Well, now, it's a fuel cell regulator. I'll give you the better mileage per energy cell. I could put it in for you. You say 750 for my trouble? I'll have to think about it, Smitty. Goodbye for now. That's a pretty pricey thing. Still. On the way here, there's another task we have to do. We have to find Woody for Percy, who worked in that what was it, survival gear shop. Now, we did see a ghoul when we were in here before. That's the Great Anias's sarcophagus thing. Come back to learn of the Great Anias's mysteries of the Neverworld, have you? What kind of mysteries? I know things that mere mortal man is not meant to know. Hey, nail off. Sorry, got carried away there for a moment. Tales of ghosts that haunt these very grounds, as well as genuine Egyptian money that you can see right here in this marvelous sarcophagus. Well, I mean, we dealt with the ghost. Tell me about the mummy. I'm just dying to hear more about that. No, my friend, a mummy straight from the sands of ancient Egypt to the sands of the wastes, exclusively for you to see. Oh, a mummy would kind of describe a way a ghoul looks. Okay, I'd like to look. How much? For a person of your obvious class, I'd be happy to show this antique and historic specimen to you for a mere $25. Okay, I'll cover the dough. Now, show me the mummy. Simply open the sarcophagus lids, and the great, marvelous mummy will be revealed in all its ancient glory to you. But please, no touching and no flash photography. Great. There you go, the mummy. Hey, wait a minute. That's not a mummy, that's a ghoul. Woody! Hey, Woody, is that you? The mummy snorts, stretches longly, and then looks at you with a sleepy blink to its eyes. Hello? He says sleepily. Oh, shit. That is Woody. Run, Woody. Run for it. Well, give for it then. Go, Woody, go. Woody, for it's in fact Woody, not a mummy, that stands somewhat drowsily before you, grabs the side of the papier-mâché sarcophagus, lets out a shriek, and runs for the door, leaving a trail of toilet paper, mummy wrappings, and a hastily, thank ye kindly stranger behind him. I knew it. You're finished in town. Well, that seems a bit mean. Go, Woody, go. I knew it. The Great Anias shrugs. Yeah, I knew I should have picked up that mono-headed Brahmin instead. Oh well, back to the drawing board. Mono-headed Brahmin? Sure, who'd ever believe that? Goodbye, you charlatan. A mono-headed Brahmin? Who's ever heard of such a thing? Still, that is, well, until we get the money for inserting fuel cell regulator, we have a highwayman, so we can head off to Vault City to try to get that hydroelectric magnetosphere regulator. So then, to Vault City. We go a whole lot quicker now that we are in the highwayman. And we can skip encounters. Well, we're more likely to be able to skip encounters. So arriving quickly at Vault City. Can arrive at the inner city. Once again, arriving at night. But we have some books we can read, so can read those and learn stuff while we wait for morning to arrive. We are reading these very quickly. Still making sure we don't have any I suppose illegal substances on us. We can make our way into Vault City, but they don't seem to like Lenny that much, so I need you to wait here until I come back. And interact from the gates again. They ask for the day pass. We still have it. And they search us. And we can head in. So, we can head all the way to the council building. And maybe the first citizen will have something to say for this. So, to the council building. In the attempt to speak with first citizens now.
Yes? What is it?
About the Gecko power plant.
Have you resolved the situation?
I found out all they need to get their plant running clean is a hydroelectric magnetosphere regulator.
So you haven't taken care of the problem?
As I understand it, you have the part here in Vault City to fix their plant.
What if we do? That is only a temporary solution. Please fix the problem, not their power plant. Am I making myself clear?
But first citizen, I mean no disrespect, but there's a way to solve your problem without killing the ghouls or shutting down their reactor. Now, if I could just get the part.
I've had enough of your foolishness. You are no longer permitted inside Vault City. My guards will escort you to the front gate.
No need for the guards. I'll leave peacefully. And we're kicked out of Vault City. Can attempt to return. Attempting to re-enter. They don't seem too happy. Can attempt to speak with people. I'd like to get back into the city. You were kicked out of the Vault City for a reason, Outworlder. No second chances. Look, it was all a misunderstanding. I suggest you leave now or summon the guards. Alright. So it seems we are forced out of Vault City. Still, we can reload a save and maybe not speak to the first citizen. And so, returning back to the council after getting kicked out, we can speak to Council Member McClure. Yes, was the thing you wanted? Can I ask you some questions? I think you might have a part that could fix Gecko's power plant. What do you mean? If I hired a hydroelectric magnetic sphere regulator, I could make the plant run clean. That's an acceptable solution. Stopping the radiation poison is all I care about. I mean, last time we spoke to Lynette, she kicked us out. I'm worried that Lynette will withhold my citizenship if I fix the plant. If you fix that plant, I'll give you citizenship. And there's not a damn thing she can do about it. Excellent. Where can I get the part? Go see Randall, the Chief Amenities Officer. He should have the part in stock. There's one other thing. You might find this economic data disk interesting. I'm sorry? An economic data disk? What do you mean? It's an economic data disk that shows you the amount of energy that Gecko's atomic power plant produced before the war, and could produce again. I see. So, what does this have to do with me? Well, as I understand it, Vault City's power generator can only support so many people. In fact, it's nearing its limit. I'm not going to ask how you came by that information. But if it were true, what are you proposing? Well, once the Gecko power plant is fixed, the disk intake, it's possible it could produce enough energy for Vault City too. It looks like the reactor would need to be optimized first, though. Are you suggesting we seize Gecko and take their power plant? I will not let... No. If Gecko could receive the optimization data of their plant, I'm betting they'd be willing to trade their excess power for medical assistance. As far as medical assistance goes, I'm not unsympathetic to the plight of the ghouls. They've certainly suffered enough, but how could we optimize their plants? I don't know. Maybe there's someone I could talk to once the plants are prepared. I have no objections to your proposal. If you can find some means of optimizing the plant, let me know. Alright, I'll get that part from Randall and see about repairing the reactor first. I'll keep the economic disk and study it some more. Perhaps I can persuade the council to enter negotiations with Gecko to trade for their power. The data disk would be a strong argument in of itself. I appreciate it. Thanks. So, McClure is much more willing than first system was to repair Gecko's power plant. So, heading off to the Chief Amenities office. we can speak to Randall. Council McClure said you had a hydroelectric magnetosphere regulator in stock that I could have. Yeah, he said you'd be stopping by. Richard, right? Wait 1 minute. I'll get you the hydroelectric magneto. The high mag. Alright. Okay, here you go. 1 high mag. Looks like a lava lamp, doesn't it? Oh, don't drop it. It's pretty fragile. Got it. Thanks to the part. And now we can head back to Gecko, making sure to pick up our ghoul companion. And then to Gecko. Can go to the main settlement because Junkyard doesn't have anything for us until we get the, what was it, 3-step plasma transformer for Skeeter. So we can attempt to speak to Harold. He was the first person who said we needed the hydroelectric thing.
What you need, youngster?
Hey Harold, I got that part you need to fix your reactor. I guess I should get it installed somehow. And we leave dialogue. Yeah. So it seems you must go into the power plant. Arrive in the power plant. You see someone on guard behind what looks to be a sort of... It says it's a bar, but it looks to be a desk of sorts. Hello, friend. I have to let you know that if anything goes wrong, any non-ghouls, like you, are going to be blamed. I'll be careful. I'm looking for something, and I wonder if you could direct me? Oh, well, what did you want help finding? The reactor control room, the supply room, the robot control room, or the reactor pit? Well, I suppose the supply room, because we have a part requisition form, which we borrowed from Harold. And Skeeter wondered that, what was it, 3-step plasma transformer thing? The supply room. The supply room is through the door to the left of the one that you came in the building through. You need to talk to Jeremy in there if you want to get supplies. Thanks. I need to know where something else is, though. Oh. The reactor control room? The reactor control room is through the door to the right, the one you entered the building through. Then through a door to the end, past the yellow security door. Then you go off the right. You'll need a key card for the security door, though. I need a key card? How do I get one of those? I think Jeremy has a key. The guards at the security doors have keys, as do some of the people that live here in the reactor. Thanks. That's all I need to know. Bye. And so we can, from the door we entered, we can head to the left. We can make a right. And enter the door on our left. And we see a ghoul with a shaved head. Hello there. My name's Jeremy. I'm in charge of the all-powerful supply cabinet here. I keep track of all our stored supplies. All-powerful? Okay, maybe not all-powerful, but it's pretty damn important. What do you want? I need something from storage. Well, if you want something from storage, you'll need a request authorization form. Do you have a request authorization form? Yes, I do. Here it is. Well, this looks like it alright. What do you need? Um, well, we need a three-step plasma transformer. I think I have one right here in this cabinet. Ah, yes, here it is. Not the latest model, but it'll have to do. Thanks. Goodbye. That was simple. Still, we can explore a bit more. Because all the corridors lead the same place, but you know, we explore the left first and then we can head off towards the right. So, first up, we have the room behind Jeremy. We have a bunch of lockers. In the first one, there's nothing. Grey one, we have a box of noodles. Next one, we have nothing. And second grey one, we have some cheesy poofs. Then we have a desk, which contains nothing. We can explore the desk in Jeremy's office, I guess, which is empty. And I suppose that this would be the supply room. So, first locker. Empty. First set of shelves. Empty. Second locker. Empty. Third locker. Empty. Second set of shelves. Empty. Full set of shelves. We have a big book of science. Now exploring the tables. We have a deck of tragic cards. Second table we can interact with is empty. Okay, check the bottom of the room just to be sure there isn't a locker of sorts. There's one more table, which is empty. Still, we can continue to explore. We have, I would assume it's Jeremy's room behind it, in which we have a bookcase, which is empty. We have a table, bed, and that is all that room has. So, well, we kind of skipped the first room, so we can explore that one now. It's possibly a doctor's office. I mean, I assume something of the sort, that there's a medical table, but nothing else. So, can continue to explore. Continuing up the corridor, we have a door to the right, which contains broken computers, shelves. Maybe this is the light closet. Though we're exploring this light closet first. Yeah. Still, continue along. Passing the corridor to the right. See another door to our right, and we see a locker in which we find a yellow passkey. Continuing looking around, see a bed, and that is about it. Next up, door to the left. We see a locker in which it's empty. And across the corridor, you see a bookcase, which contains a blue passkey. So we can go back to the split in the corridor, head down, see a route back to the entrance to the west. You also see a door in which there's a broken computer, table, and a slew of various other random bits and pieces. Still, we can go through the door, and we see a metal door, which is locked. Can speak to a guard. Then goes wrong. I'm there. Yeah, still. They have text, but nothing of note. So we can grab our yellow passkey. We can lock the door and head through. See a room filled with machines, and we see another corridor. Head into the left first. See a room which has one bed and a bookcase. Bookcase which contains a red passkey. See another bed. Going to the end of the room. Across the corridor. That's all. See another room which has various crates and boxes. But we can't check them. See another ghoul on guard. See a couple of ghouls working. Head into another corridor. We can head to the room somewhat opposite. And we see a particularly unkempt ghoul. What brings you to this part of my atomic reactor? Well, I have a part that you could use to fix the reactor. You have a spare electric magnetosphere regulator on you? You actually know what that is? Surprised. I told you I know all about atomic power plants. I assume he says that if we spoke to him before we got the part. Well, since you know what it is, you must know how to install it. Of course I do. Why, that's just plain simple for some of my experience and talent. I was weaned on magnetosphere regulators as a pup, you know. That's great. Could you install it for me? Well, I guess I could install it. I'm certainly the only one that could install it right. Installed in a hydroelectric magnetosphere regulator is pretty tricky. Well, here's the regulator. I knew I could count on you. Okay, I'm here, but I'm still not sure that this isn't the right part, or that it's not a trap somehow. You know, I'm much too valuable to waste. Maybe I should just let someone else do this. Later. Much later. It needs to be done now, and you're the only person that can do it, right? Come on, all Gecko depends on you. It was difficult, but I did it. I'm a hero. And gained 4,250 experience. Can speak to him again. The reactor's running pretty good now. Alright. Could still do with a tiny bit of tune-up, maybe. But I'd say it's a pretty good job all the same. More work? What do you mean? I mean that the reactor's running now, but it sure could run better. I mean better by a long country mile. We just had a smidge more data. And now if you could get the optimization data, we'd be cooking with gas. Well, you know what I mean. Optimization data? Where would I get that? Well, you could probably get the information from the Vault City central computer. Well, let me see what I can do. I bet a clever one like you could just sneak in there and use a holodisk with the React performance information on the central computer, then sneak the disk right back here. That'd do it. I'd do it myself, but I'm just too valuable here to leave, even for a moment. Well, I hate to leave a job only half done. That's the spirit. I was hoping you'd say that. Great. Just use the disk here on Vault City's central computer, and then get it right back here. We use less uranium, the core won't leak so bad, and the Vault City won't have any reason to come exterminate us. Well, I sure don't want to see Gecko destroyed. I'll do it. I sure wished I could spare the time to go do it myself, but I can't. All I can say is, thanks, kid. You'll be doing all of us here a big favor. You make me so proud. Well, I better get going. Goodbye, Festus. I'll be back with the data you need just as soon as I can. That's nice. Still, we can continue to explore. I mean, adding an extra day probably won't affect too much. In his room, there's a locker. Assuming that we don't get blocked by any of our companions. In which we see some Rotengen rum, some Gamma Gulp beer, and some Nuka Cola. Continuing across, we see a crossroads of doors. We see a red one, and two which don't seem to have any markings on. In the first one, we see computers, but they don't seem to be functioning or broken. Heading across, we can explore the open room, in which we see a table and some beds, as well as a nice armchair. Then we see a red metal door, but it appears to be locked. So we can get our red passkey, use it on the door, open it. We see another door, which is also red. Okay. Just open that one. Inside, we see a glowing ghoul with concerned look on its face. Is it cooler in here lately? In this room, we also see two computers. One functioning, one not function. Looking out the window of sorts, we see a service robot, and we see the reactor, which looks very similar to the one we found in the junkyard area. So we can access the terminal next to the window. Hello, welcome to RMR and RCT Station 3. RMR RCT? Station number 3, reactor maintenance and repair robot control terminal. Function? This terminal is designated to coordinate and command a reactor maintenance and repair robot. A robot, huh? Let me see what I can find out about that. Reactor maintenance robot ready for initialization / startup sequence. Functional access code? Action? This terminal is used to input command data for the robotic maintenance and repair unit assigned to Poseidon Oil Reactor number 5. This terminal also allows access to PoseidonNet. Some kind of network, huh? I wonder if I can access that. Uplink with central Poseidon.net initiated. Enter primary security access code sequence. Can go through trial and error. Go. I mean, there's a sort of pattern. Goes XYZ. Go 9x72999, 70y644, and 008z21. Security access code sequence accepted. Welcome to Poseidon.net. Can download maintenance robot routines. Searching. Maintenance robot routines not found. Yeah, I guess they're not here. Can list other stations. Searching comlinks. Searching. Iron Mountain. Offline. NORAD. Offline. SAC. Offline. Searching Poseidon.net. More? More? Active Poseidon.net stations. Atomic Power Plant number 5. Navarro Refinery. Control Station Enclave. Enclave Vault Research Control. Access denied. Well, everything shut down except for the Enclave Vault Research Control? I wonder what that is.
Enclave here. Why isn't your video feed working?
That's unexpected. We're working on the visual link right now. I just wanted to test it.
Well, your unit still doesn't appear to be operational, pal. Who is this?
Well, that's not unusual. I mean, this is an old reactor. Nothing works right anymore.
Ain't it the truth? Just don't let anyone who's got the president's ear hear that. You'll be making cattle runs to New Reno till the end of time, pal.
The president?
Yeah, you know how unhappy he gets when people complain. He takes it personal, like it's a loyalty thing. Maybe that just goes with being the president of the United States, or what's left of him.
The president of the United States?
The President of the United fucking States of America. Who do you think I was talking about? The fuck? Who is it? What? I should kick your fucking ass. Who is this?
You're not important enough for that information.
Oh, you a wise guy, huh? Look, I'm tracing you right now, pal. We'll see how smart you feel with internal security all over your freaking ass, dickhead.
Yep, you're putting a trace on me. Well, I'm putting a trace on you too, pal.
A few more moments and I'll have your sorry ass in a sling. Hey, wait a minute. This can't be right. I've got you somewhere on the mainland.
I mean, this is not number 5. Yeah, the Poseidon oil plant number 12. Come and get me.
I've got you at Poseidon Oil, reactor number 5.
Shoot.
Well, why don't you just sit tight and I'll order up a little celebration for you, including fireworks.
I'm the chosen one. You just better make sure you say that with a smile.
Well, whoever you are, I just dispatched a Verdi assault team to your location. Have a nice day.
And what are they going to do?
Usually they just go in shooting. They let someone else sift through the ashes to figure out what was going on.
Yeah, well, they are going to catch me.
Yeah, goodbye. Next news on you will be when I read the after-action report.
Yeah, sure, whatever. And nothing happens. Again, interact the terminal again. Making sure to input the code correctly. We can attempt to connect to the Enclave Vault Research Control. Access it. Enclave Station access denied. Maybe I should try again. Accessing again. Enclave Station access denied. Maybe I should try again. Accessing yet again. This is a little cuss, aren't you? Enclave Station access denied. Maybe I should try again. Accessing yet again. Aren't you getting tired of this yet? Enclave station access denied. Maybe I should try again. Accessing yet again. Don't you have anything better to do with your time? Enclave station access denied. Maybe I should try again. That's it. I've had enough of this constant prodding. If you try just one more time, you're going to regret it. Maybe I should try again. Don't say I didn't warn you. Just as you read this, you feel a surge of electricity arcing through your fingers from the keyboard. Maybe I should try again. But no, it happens. I mean, the electricity doesn't do any damage to us. That's a different matter. Ah, damn. I must have been cut off. Still, that is this place explored. But we still have a optimization data thing we need to do. So we can go all the way back to Vault City to try to sort out this optimization data disk. And head into the inner city. We can ask our ghoul friend to wait here until I come back. Can make our way into the city. I mean, we're not quite a citizen yet, so we have to hand over our day pass. And we can head to the council building. Arriving at the council building, we can speak to council member McClure. Yes, was there something else you wanted? I've repaired Gecko's plant. Excellent. I was worried that the radiation buildup might force us to relocate. You are to be commended on a job well done. Here's your citizenship papers. If you ever need anything else, come see me. Vault City prevails, Councillor. Speak to him again. I found a way to optimize the Gecko reactor. What is it? I have a reactor data disk here from Gecko. According to the technician at the power plant, the Vault City computer can optimize the reactor disk and make the plant run more smoothly. Very well, citizen. You have my permission to use the Vault computer and optimize the reactor disk. You can find it on the 3rd level of the Vault, near the operations room. Excellent. Thank you, Councillor. I'll go do that. So now we're a citizen, we can enter the vault. So that is about all I have time for today. So next time we will be heading into the vault to optimize the disk. And I mean, we have a preset plasma transformer that we need to hand over to Skeeter. So we'll do that when we return. And as a side note, when I reloaded that save, I had to travel quite a bit. So I arrived back at the den, and we ran into that guy we lent money to pay off a debt. He has in a much smarter outfit than he was before. Hey, there you are. I've been looking all over for you. Check out these threads. Looking very nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks to you, I have 4 sets just like these. So you want it big after all. I owe you a lot. You trust me when I was down on my luck? As a small gesture of my gratitude, I have something for you. Oh, you shouldn't have. Here. Fred gives you $2,000, 5 fusion cells, 5 energy cells, and a plasma grenade. I hope this helps at least a little. well, thank you very much. And so we can actually upgrade the, insert the fuel cell regulator into, a car. So, if you like this video, like, try, comment. If you didn't like this video, comment saying why you didn't like this video. It is a bit disjointed, part because of this. But, yes, I guess I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.